Lockout, tagout, the control of hazardous energy. Today's presentation will discuss the following: terminology, energy sources, energy control procedures and equipment, the 3 stages of lockout, including preparation, lockout, restoration of energy, as well as special circumstances including multiple employees, shift change, emergency lock removal, and contractors. Lockout tagout is a procedure used by authorized personnel to ensure that energy controls are kept in an off or safe position during maintenance and service work. An authorized employee is an employee who is trained and authorized to perform work requiring identification and control of energy sources. Generally, this work is service, maintenance, or construction related. The affected employee is one who does not use lockout tagout, but who works in an area where they will see equipment with locks and tags on energy control devices. Authorized and affected employees alike share one critical safety rule: the person who applied the lock is the only person allowed to remove the lock. Energy sources present in many machines include electrical, mechanical, including moving parts, pneumatic and gas, hydraulic, thermal, including heat or extreme cold sources, chemical, acids, bases, solvents, etc., and stored energy. Many serious accidents occur because stored energy was not recognized. Some examples of where stored energy can be found are in charged electrical capacitors, compressed springs and wound torsion bars, hot machine parts, pressurized pipelines, a machine part that can slide if a catch fails, and many others not listed. You should always check equipment to verify that all stored energy sources have been rendered safe before starting work. Energy control procedures. We maintain a written energy control procedure for all equipment in our facility. The exception is single power source machines, which meet several other criteria. The energy control procedure lists the following: the type of energy and the magnitude, the location of the energy control device for each energy source, and the lockout. The energy control procedure should be consulted before lockout tagout to assure that all energy sources are identified and put into a safe state. The periodic inspection must be performed annually. It's a review of all energy control procedures. It's an opportunity to revise energy control procedures when applicable, and also conduct retraining when the energy control procedures require revision. Energy control equipment. Each authorized employee will be provided with locks and tags. Our facility standard is to use locks and tags together. Only locks and tags supplied by our company are allowed. Tagout alone is only allowed when an energy control device is not capable of accepting a lock. Lockout locks are provided with only one key. Never lend your locks to another person. Never use lockout locks for purposes other than lockout. And specialized lockout equipment is available in the facility. To prepare to perform a job requiring lockout tagout, you must first review the energy control procedure. Second, procure all hardware needed to lock out all energy sources. Complete all information needed on your tags. Notify the owner of the equipment and barricade the work area to ensure safety. The lockout sequence. To actually lock out equipment, you should shut down all energy sources using normal procedures. Lock and tag energy control device in the off or safe position. Controls that cannot be locked can be tagged only. The tag must be as close as possible to the device and readily visible. Dissipate or restrain stored energy. Verify proper lockout by attempting to restart the machine. You should take caution here. Be sure all personnel are clear of the machine. And finally, return operating controls to the safe or off position. When the job is completed, you must inspect the equipment for tools, parts, etc. Replace guards and restore machine controls. Notify the owner and others in the area of startup. Remove locks and tags. Test the equipment for operation and release the equipment back to the owners. For multiple employee lockout, whenever more than one employee is working on equipment requiring lockout tagout, the following rule applies. Each employee must have his or her lock on each energy control. A group lockbox could also be used. For shift change or reassignment, during a lockout tagout, the following rules would apply. The off-going employee will review the job with the oncoming employee. The off-going employee will remove his or her locks and tags. The oncoming employee will place his or her locks and tags. The oncoming employee will verify that all energy controls are in the off or safe position. Always check your lockout tagout after being away from the job, even after breaks and lunch. Emergency lock removal. In the event that a lock has to be removed when an employee cannot be contacted, the following procedure will be followed. The decision to remove the lock must be made by a member of management. Every effort must be made to contact the employee, including calling him or her at home. A member of management will meet the employee at the entrance before the next scheduled work shift, and the cutoff lock will be left with a note on the employee's bench or toolbox. Working with contractors. Contractors are required to have a program equivalent to ours. Contractor personnel will be made aware of our procedure, locks, and tags. All of our facility personnel who work with contractors will be made aware of the contractor procedure, locks, and tags. Any problems that you observe should be immediately brought to the attention of the program administrator. And in conclusion, locks and tags are always used, except when an energy control device cannot accept a lock. Our facility assigned locks and tags are to be used. Always check the energy control procedure prior to performing a lockout tagout. Never forget to check for stored energy. Communicate with all personnel who are affected by the job. Each employee working on the job must have his or her lock on each energy control device. And finally, never risk accidental energy restoration. Use lockout.